The airport is no more. Apple has sadly decided to discontinue their entire airport lineup without offering any official replacements. While they do offer the Linksys Velop on their website now, I don't believe that's the best option. I originally had a Linksys Velop and then an Orbi, and now I have the Ubiquiti Amplifi HD, which I'm going to show you today, which I think is the best Apple airport replacement. The Amplifi HD is a mesh router system that is the most plug-and-play system I've used so far. I originally had a Linksys Velop, and I didn't enjoy it because of the software. Unfortunately, the software is extremely limited, and you can't prioritize devices the way I would like. After returning the Linksys Velop, I decided to go with the Netgear Orbi. I chose the Orbi because of the dedicated 5 GHz back channel. Netgear claims that with this back channel, all of the mesh points will have a stronger connection and better signal throughout the whole house. I didn't really find that to be the case, honestly. The connection was about the same throughout the house and all the same parts. With my decision that the back channel didn't really matter, I was out looking for another one. And that's when I came across the Ubiquiti products. The Ubiquiti products allow you to make your own mesh network. A lot of businesses use this to make large mesh networks, and I have a few friends that use it and swear by it. The reason I didn't go with this is that after a little bit of research, I found out that I had to put a good amount of work into it to actually set it up. And there's lots of different parts and pieces, and I ended up spending way more money than I would on any mesh network, so I just decided not to. And that's when I ran across the Amplifi HD, which was their consumer product, and I fell in love with it. Just like the airport products, it's super easy to set up. Once you get the base station set up, all you do is you plug in the mesh points, and they just connect automatically, and that's it. On top of that, you can even add more mesh points. The mesh points are rather inexpensive, and you can just plug them in anywhere else in the house, and you can go up to as many as you want. And also, if you want to, you can even add another base station and put that somewhere else in the house. So if you want to have your Apple TV plugged into the back of the base station in your living room, you can do that. And then it'll be like it's a faux wire connection. And I think that's so cool. I think the Amplifi HD just looks really good in general, honestly. It's a nice square box, which looks like the airport. It has a light on the bottom, which I do enjoy if you want to turn it off. It's in the settings and you can do that. And then on top of that, you get a screen. And the screen's the best part, seriously. It's so cool to be able to see the real upload and download in real time on that screen. You can also choose from the time of day on there. You can choose to see what's plugged into the ports on each one, or you can choose to see your IP addresses. And I just think it's a really good looking product. It fits into your home and doesn't look like a router. And that's the best part. When I got the Amplifi HD, I didn't realize that I was having a problem with my Orbi and my Linksys. Between the two mesh points, I would lose about 80% of the bandwidth. But no joke, I am getting about 90% of the bandwidth to each part of my house using the mesh points that they give me. I pay for 200 megabits from Spectrum, and I get 200 right by the base station, and everywhere in the house I'm getting between 150 and 200. With a Linksys Velop and a Netgear Orbi, I would get maybe about 50 to 100 on the mesh points. I don't know exactly what Amplifi is doing differently, but they're doing it really well. With Amazon making it so easy to try things out and returning it if you don't like it, please try this out. I love this product more than anything else. It's so simple, so seamless, but it just works. Unfortunately, on all the websites where I see rankings of different routers, this one never makes the list, and I just don't understand why. So do yourself a favor and order on Amazon. It's cheaper than the Linksys Velop and cheaper than Netgear Orbi, but it's way better. With the Orbi, you had your Ethernet ports on it, so you could extend out from the mesh points if you wanted to. On the Velop, you did not have that, and so this combines both of them. If you want to buy extra mesh points, like the base station, you can extend those Ethernet ports, but I find the regular mesh points with the Amplifi are so strong on their own that you don't need to do that. So let's hop onto my phone, and I'll show you all the cool features and how to set this guy up. So let's hop over to Amplifi. My Wi-Fi name is In Memory of Kanye. The story behind that is my original cat was named Kanye West, and he died. And I do have a new cat now. Her name is Lana Del Rey. I'll throw a picture up here for you. So to show you the app, basically, you'll see that you have the base station right there in the middle, and then you have the two mesh points out there. You can click on those, and that's how you actually get to the settings here. If we hop into general here, you can choose your time zones, sound effects. The sound effects happen when you click on the screen to change the what it's showing there. It'll just have a little beep, and that's what the sound effects are going to be for. Nothing more than that. This will show you your internet information here, and then wireless information is where you'll change all the passwords and stuff straight through here. You can have a guest network if you'd like. I usually turn my guest networks off. I just give them the regular password. I don't really like guest networks that much. This is where you can change the LCD and the LED brightness on it, and this is also where night mode is enabled. Night mode will basically turn off the screen and the light at a certain time. For me, it turns off at 10 p.m. I love that feature a lot because I do enjoy the light and the screen, but you don't want it on when you're sleeping or when it's late at night. If we hop back here, I'm going to show you the performance, where this shows you the real-time upload and download. This is also shown on the front of the device if you choose to see that there. This will show you your throughput, which is basically how much data you've used since the beginning of the actual device being used. And then you can reset that right there if you want to. This is where you can actually do a speed test on it if you want to see how fast it's going. We can do a quick speed test right now. See what's happening with it. It's not too bad. So I'm right next to the router. I'm getting at 150 download, 10 upload.